Blocked toilets, spoilt food and no air conditioning were not exactly what 4,000 passengers had in mind when they embarked on a luxury cruise off Mexico. But that's what they got, thanks to an engine room fire on the Carnival Splendor. Their cruise blues finally ended when the ship docked in San Diego. After 4 days, most would rather forget. North America correspondent Craig McMurtry reports.
The Carnival Splendor hardly lived up to its name. Twice the size of the Titanic, it was towed into San Diego dead in the water. The 4-day ordeal for thousands on board finally over.
This is our first time. It can't be any worse than this.
You know, you think about Titanic and Lost and those kind of shows, but, I mean, we were fine. It could have been a lot worse.
Instead of a lazy 7-day cruise, a fire crippled an engine room, taking out power, and with it air conditioning, hot food and water. And for most of the first day, the ship's plumbing.
It was like the floors were saturated with like feces and urine, and the ladies were coming out of the bathroom just kind of like telling us stories about red stuff in the toilet. It's really wretched.
Passengers on lower decks of the 13-storey floating hotel and those without windows had to get by in near total darkness.
There were no lights. Even like the backup light was on for, 15 minutes? And then that went down.
More than 20 Australians were among the 4,500 people stranded on board. Passengers say the smell was at times overwhelming and there were long lines for the limited cold food. When supplies ran low, the US Navy came to the rescue, flying in emergency rations, including Spam. Carnival officials have repeatedly apologised, promising a refund to reimburse expenses and new complimentary tickets. Apart from the cost, there's also the damage to the reputation of the industry. For passengers like Donna Hobbs, there was lots of thinking time.
No casino shows, hot food or lights. Our ship could only float. Bathrobes were worn throughout the boat on the 4-day return.
Her dream holiday, more like a Gilligan's Island nightmare. Craig McMurtry, ABC News.